Welcome to Tourism in Action. As part of our preparation for our cruise ship season, I decided to pay a visit to our very own Botanical Gardens. As you know, when many of the tourists get off the ship, they head straight up here. Now, before you start thinking to yourself, why on earth did he go there? I want you to ask yourself the question, have you ever really truly walked through this gardens and appreciated what's here? Have you stopped and looked at every tree and wondering what the history is behind it? Have you looked at the flowers and wonder what's their story? Well, today I'm going to do a little bit of that and more. In a few short minutes, I'm going to find out as much as I can about our Botanical Gardens. Right, in order for me to get a tour, I need a tour guide, and this is the very place where I can find one. Hello, Mr. Daniel.
Hello, good morning.
I believe that you're the man. You
Yes.
are the official tour guide for the Botanical Gardens.
Yes, I am.
Could you give me a tour, please?
Of course, I'll be delighted to do so.
Thank you. So, where are you going to take me to for our first port of call?
Well, first of all, where we are standing here, this is a hibiscus avenue,
Okay.
where we have over 50 different colorful varieties of hibiscuses,
Line in the route.
both left and right.
Right, excellent.
And at least this section is much more colorful at Christmas,
Okay,
seeing that you can see the poinsettias, both left and right.
okay.
And the green foliage you're looking at, just next to the hibiscus, these are euphorbia. They turn milk white at Christmas, like a wedding dress or a snow-capped covered mountain. So we commonly call them snow on the mountain.
You know what I really miss? Hibiscus. When we drive around the island, I don't see very many hibiscuses anymore. It's a pleasure to come here and see them still around. Okay.
The rather big tree to my immediate left, which is a mahogany. This is the Honduras mahogany. This is the wood which is now used more commercially,
Right.
finishing your houses, the
Okay.
cabins of your ships, all those beautiful furnitures and the lovely guitars the men play.
How old is the tree?
It's approximately, it's over 200 years.
Wow.
Because some of the trees are here from the very origin of the Botanical Gardens,
Okay.
and time after time, many other trees are being introduced.
Right. What are those vines growing down the tree?
Those are philodendrons, really.
Is that like a pest that's trying to kill the tree?
Not directly as a pest, but it's more like added attraction.
Oh, okay. Got you.
Because a beautiful vine that climbs all the time.
Oh, okay. And how long would you expect a tree like this to live? Has it got many more hundreds of years ahead
Well,
of it?
I suppose so. Maybe another 100 years.
Wow, that is fantastic.
Well, as you're looking at the palm you see in front is here. This, as you can notice, the sign date marks Alpinia vincentiana, which is one of the indigenous palms in St Vincent.
Oh, excellent. So does that mean it's unique to St Vincent?
Yes, it is really.
Oh, it's beautiful. Are these prickly? These...
Very prickly.
Uh-huh.
You can see the thorns go straight up.
Yeah.
But it bears a fruit, and it's a very tiny fruit. It's green at first. When it rises, it turns red, and those are edible. Well, the large palm you're looking at there, this is the talipot or the century palm.
Right.
It's one of the palms that are very rare. It will live at least 100 years, but blooms once in a lifetime and then dies.
Has this one bloomed?
No, was planted in 1971, so it's now 32 years old, so that would be a long way to go.
Wow.
Now, the cactus plant, you sing to my very far left, with the root system being exposed. It's a pandanus or a screw pine.
Okay.
Now, a straw is what the handicrafts would use to making the hats, the baskets, and the floor mats. It bears a fruit like a pineapple, but it's not edible. The tiny orangish apricot fruit you're seeing on the tree in front of us here now, this is a nutmeg tree. At a tender stage, they are fully enclosed, but as they ripen, they split open and the nut will be exposed. As you can see, the red section you're looking at is called the mace. And beyond the mace is an inner hard shell containing the brown nutmeg, which we grate.
They look like little guavas, don't they? Those sort of...
They perfectly do look like that. It's only that the guava is just more like an apple,
Yeah.
but the nutmeg is truly a spice. And here we are, you can see the nutmeg on the ground right here as it has been fallen. The yellow bark here we actually make jam and marmalade. And the red coating you see here is the mace. Apart from using the mace as a spice, it's a rather high hallucination. It is hallucinogenic.
It is?
Yes, it is, really.
I didn't know that.
Well, it's understood that the U.S. Navy, they grind it to a powder form, and then they add another chemical to make it effective, you know,
Right.
using it as making the mace gas or the mace guns, you know.
Okay. But there, I've just learned something new. Sorry, you just mentioned something about making jams. Which bit? This bit?
The yellow part.
Oh,
the outer
really?
part,
I didn't know that. I only thought that was the only edible part of it.
No, and apart from that, the mace serves as a shock absorber
Right.
or a buffet.
So when the splits open and that falls to the ground, it doesn't get damaged?
No, it checks the shock.
Excellent.
This is what you call the Cassia nodoso, a golden shower. This is the kind of tree that blooms in the season of fall when most of all the other tropical trees are out of bloom.
Oh, it's beautiful. It smells really nice too.
Very much.
This comes in different colors, isn't it?
No, I'm afraid this is the only color. The yellow is the only color it comes in.
Oh, it's beautiful. Is this the one that has a little pod that pops open and has little seeds in it?
Yeah, little seeds. Right.
Right,
Like that,
okay.
Reproduction.
I'm trying to remember that from childhood.
You bet. Well, here we are. This section of the Botanical Gardens, it portrays a postcard. Now, if you go to any one of the shops or any one of the stores in the city, and you ask for a postcard of a Botanical Garden, the surrounding here,
This is what you'll get.
Postcard,
Yes.
really. There you have the water lily pond with several nymphaeas. They are all tropical blooming water lilies. You have a little dill, and in the back, you can see a more brighter greenish grass mixed with the dill here. Now that's the papyrus tree, the papyrus tree, the former stuff the Egyptians used to write in for making paper. And not forgetting, you know, the Norwegian gentleman Thor Heyerdahl, he made a boat. He heard of the Kon-Tiki and the Rad too.
Yeah.
Then you have here the Araucaria heterophylla or Norfolk Island pine, beautiful Christmas trees, landscaping in Chips, Mass. Then the Umbrella Temple was built in memory to one J.G. Hazel, who was a member of the executive on the Legislative Council. Now the tree to our immediate left, this is the breadfruit tree. It's called the Artocarpus incisor, and it's a sucker from one of the original plants of the breadfruit that was brought here by Captain Bligh. He brought the breadfruit from Tahiti in the South Pacific, but that was after the mutiny on the Bounty.
Okay.
Now there are no fruits immediately on the tree, but the breadfruit is a round, green, baseball-looking fruit. We cook it in the process of the way we cook the potato. Then we can both roast it, we can bake it in ovens, and then serve at breakfast time in the morning as a powder taste as a bread.
When was this particular one planted? Because it's not that big, is it?
This was not directly planted at any specific date. It's an offspring.
Right, okay.
You see, the breadfruit grows by the succulents.
Right.
You see, so from the rhizome.
Right, I understand.
Not by seeds.
Right, okay.
So this is a clone of the original root planted.
I understand.
So we can yet refer to it as the original. Breadfruit. This is where we germinate our seed. This is where we carry out most scientific work. We do what we call budding, grafting, air layering. You can have a double or a hybrid in some of the plants. You can have a better eating quality in the citrus because we do graft avocado, pears, mangoes, oranges, grapefruit, and limes.
And of course they're available for sale, aren't they?
Of course. So we do develop the hybrid here, and everybody comes to get the good quality. The large tree you're looking immediate in front of us here is the Grandelier or ironwood. Now ironwood is the most dense of all.
Is that why the name is ironwood?
Well, because it's very hard, it's tough, it's rough, and it's heavy and sinks beneath water. In fact, the density is 64 pounds to the cubic foot. So it sinks beneath water, it doesn't float.
Is it used for building?
Well, no, but in the earlier days, there was a battleship by the name of the USS Constitution, all iron side. It was made from ironwood. And because it was a boat, it floated. Today it's in Boston City as a museum.
I understand. And that one just caught my eye, that's red flower.
No, oh yes, that is beautiful. The beautiful red flower you're looking at is the Schefflera grandiformis. very commonly called an octopus flower.
I
As you
see
can
why.
notice, it's open out like the tentacles of
Yes,
the octopus, you
yes.
know, in the ocean.
There aren't many flowers on that tree though, are there?
Well, this is very rare. It's a very rare species, so not many flowers right now.
Mr. Daniel, as a child, I remember coming here and seeing this plant. Whenever I think of the garden, I always remember this one.
Well, this is the cannonball tree. Now, cannonball is because it bears a rather big brown round fruit, looks like a coconut taken out of the husk, or even like the cannons used in the guns in the war days. It's one of the most beautiful flowering trees in the Botanical Garden. In fact, the flower itself smells like a rose.
I can smell it from here.
Oh, thank you. Well, it actually blooms continuously,
Okay.
but they again last only for one day. At about 6 o'clock in the morning, they will open, and by 6 in the afternoon, they'll fall on the ground. But in the night, the small, tiny bulbs you see here develop that fast overnight, and tomorrow morning, the tree will be laden with many more flowers again. Now, the tree you're looking at here with the rather peeling brown bark is the bay leaf tree. This is the bay laurel.
I had no idea that it grows this big. I've only ever seen them in little potted plants.
As potted plants. Well, here you see in the natural nature in itself, they become very tall and giant trees.
Yeah.
However, it's one of our main spices here. In fact, we use the leaves here as a spice in cooking. But at one time, we used the leaves here, we distill them for making bay rum, alcolado, and aftershaving lotion. And there you can smell it here right now.
Do you use them when they're dried or when they're green?
Both ways, both dried and green.
And you make tea from them, don't you?
Well, we actually boil them with chocolate and then we add milk. And we call that cocoa tea. Well, you will love that.
Hello.
Now, these are the Amazona gildingi, the St Vincent Paris or national bird.
Okay.
It depicts the color like our flag, yellow, blue, and green. We estimate about 500 to 600 remain in the wild.
Are they still protected?
Yes, they are. It is 2 years in jail for any person found going into the wilds and hunting or catching these parrots, really.
Okay. And is that quite successful?
Very much so, yeah.
Okay.
Well, this project has been going on for over the past 13, 14 years, and no one has been caught or been found trying to get them.
But you haven't noticed that the population of the birds are dwindling in any way?
Yes, very much so. And also the forestry division controls the mountains, so they'll have guards up there also.
Okay.
But what we are trying to do here in this area is to multiply and tame them back into the wilds. That will be, like for the future generation.
Yeah, I understand. Mr. Daniels, regretfully our visit has come to an end. Thank you so much. I really enjoyed being here, and thank you very much for taking me around.
Well, it's been a pleasure having you here. Please come again and bring the friends.
I hope you enjoyed our short but brief visit to the gardens. I am very proud of what we have here, and I hope that you are too. I'm so proud of it. In fact, I wrote a poem. It's entitled The Gardens. I just want to share it with you before we leave. Within our land so lush and green is the most beautiful sight you've ever seen. Botanical Gardens is its name, and it certainly has its claim to fame. It holds our history in its hands, of times when colonialists ruled our lands. I know not of a better place to experience life at a slower pace. It's definitely stood the test of time, and now enjoys a life sublime. Perhaps there's a lesson for you and me, to stand true to our destiny. Goodbye, everybody.